Hey everyone, I am going to be talking about organizing your crafts and hobbies. It's this perfect timing because we are organizing crafts and hobbies in Organized Life Academy. I'm going to share just 4 quick tips that will help you organize your crafts and hobbies. First, if you're new here or you don't know who I am, my name is Tracy Hoth. My company's Simply Squared Away, and we help women simplify and organize their lives. In the Academy, we do that month by month. I also have a spot open for one-on-one coaching right now. If you would prefer private coaching, I do that also. Here we go. What are the 4 tips to help you? The first thing, and I actually did a whole video on this, and I think it's so important. It came up this morning, and so I wanted to talk about it, is that most important thing is to start at the end. 2 different members of the Academy this morning said that they already know where their things are going. They're going to be organizing crafts and hobbies. One of them's already called her church, and her church told her, bring everything that you don't want to us, and we'll keep what we can use, and we'll take care of the rest. Then the other one talked to friends, and 2 of her friends want everything that she's not going to be using. She has a place for that to go. Maybe for you, it's just easier to take it all to the local thrift shop and donate it there. There are so many places to think about when it comes to getting rid and donating crafts and hobbies. It could be you call a local preschool, you call a retirement home or assisted living activities coordinator and see if they're interested. It could be like in Kansas City, we have 2 different places that I can just think of off the top of my head that have activities for younger kids. You might do a search on the internet and then call those places and see if they want donations. It may be just easier that you don't have to make decisions on getting rid of it and then make a decision on if it's nice enough to donate to someplace. Maybe it's just easier to bag up the items you're not going to use and you take those and drop them off at the thrift store. You can bag it up like miscellaneous craft supplies, paint craft supplies. You could put those things in a baggie, label them, and drop them off like that to make it easier for the people at the center. Okay, so first, your most important thing to start at the end. The second thing is, what is the result you're creating? Decide that in advance. What are you going to create? For me personally, I'm combining any crafts that we have left in the house and I'm making them fit in one bin and going to decide if that's going to live down in our storage room or if it's going to live in our back closet. Right now, we kind of have things mixed up, but my kids are at the age where they're not doing crafts anymore. I have a client with children at home that have a lot of crafts. They each are assigned one drawer in their island in the kitchen, and they each get their own drawer. We actually just went through their drawers and made sure we purged old stuff, kept stuff, grouped things together, and now they have a fresh craft drawer for each one of them. So that's kind of fun. So what are you creating? Are you creating a craft room that's ready for you to do the next craft project? Are you just going to work on sewing crafts? Are you going to just work on one cabinet and have everything labeled at the end? So decide what you're creating. What is the result that you will create this month, this week, this session, whatever it is? Okay, so start at the end, know what you're going to do with your stuff. What's the result you're creating? State that. And then map out your crafting hobby year. What actual crafts and hobbies are you planning to do this year? Because if your year is full and you aren't really planning on doing any crafts or hobbies, or you've kind of moved past that and you're at a different stage, maybe you're in some book clubs or you're volunteering, it doesn't really include crafting now because your life has changed, then you know what you need for the next year. I love this thought, and someone just brought it to my attention again this weekend. I trust that I'll have everything I need when I need it. Don't keep things in case you might need them 3 years from now. Keep it because you know what crafts you'll be working on, you know what you'll be using this year, and you know you'll need it to work on it versus you think you might use it maybe one day. Because then you trust that you will have what you need when you need it in the future. I love that thought. It's so timely for all areas as you make decisions. Trusting that and being a good steward now. Could someone be using these supplies that you have kept? Pretty soon they'll be too old and you'll end up having to throw them away when someone could be using them now. So map out your year. Now you know what you'll be using or what you'll be doing and what you need. The fourth thing is to set some rules before you even start. So if you can use it on the craft that you scheduled for the year, then you will keep it. If you won't be doing that craft, maybe the next thing is asking your kids or asking your friends if they want it. The next step is to let it go and donate it. Maybe it's to plan out 2 years if you're not going to use it in the next 2 years. So set some rules. Those are your guideposts ahead of time. So you know what you need to keep. When you go into it, you're not making all those big decisions. You've already kind of decided, if I'm going to use it this year, I am going to keep it. One of my clients, she made crafts and sold them. What she decided to do on her own was if she wasn't going to use the supplies that she ran across as she was clearing out her basement, in the next 2 weeks, if she wasn't going to use those crafts, she let go of them. 2 weeks. She decided that ahead of time and then followed that rule as she came across anything that she had. That made her work on that project if she found something that she loved and she could envision it in something she could sell, or else she let it go. I mean, I was amazed. I thought that was such a good idea. Now, you know where your supplies are going to be donated. You know the result that you're creating. You've mapped out your crafting and hobby year. You set up the rules and follow the rules as you go. Then I'll link this video again, but you just follow the 5 steps to organizing. Sort, purge, assign homes, set limits, and maintain. Here's what I'm doing this month because my focus is crafts and hobbies. I'm going to bring all the crafts and hobbies that I have into my kitchen on my counter. I am going to sort everything. Then I'm going to purge. I'm going to decide, what do I need to keep around? What do I want to keep around? What will I use if I keep it? Whatever's left, I'm going to text my kids and say, do you want to keep this? Do you want this? Will you use this or should I donate it? Then I'm going to assign a home. I'm going to put everything in one location. I'm going to label everything. I'm going to have that limit. It's probably going to be a small tub, and I probably will keep it in my back closet. It's easily accessible where we use it, which is in the kitchen, if we were going to use crafts. Label everything and assign a home, set the limit. And then to maintain, you always tie it to something you already do. So maybe for you, it's when you're completed working on a project, you purge everything. Whatever you're done with that project, you clean everything up, you make sure everything is labeled. You are always in the mode of sprucing it up, tweaking how it's organized, maintain it. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Join us today in Organized Life Academy. We're starting Crafts and Hobbies. This is the last day to join for the next 2 months. If you want to get in there, we have been having some fun, setting some goals, and it's really good. I think you would benefit greatly from learning the organizing skills alongside the mindset skills and creating the organized life that you want. Until next time, we'll see you and talk about some more fun things. If you have something you want me to talk about, then send me a message, direct message me, and I'll add that to my live topics. Have a beautiful week.